Concrete myths, even pros still believe. Hey everybody, it's Jeff, with Concrete the Right Way. Myth 1, more troweling makes concrete stronger. I don't know, I've seen a lot of things, they have hard trowel finishes that you do with machines. And some of the reason you do those hard trowel finishes and you want it super smooth is so stuff's easier to clean up. You want that hard finish. Oils don't sink into it. It's super hard. But on the other end, it can make a slab weaker when you hit it that hard. A lot of the airports, stuff like that, they don't want you hitting it that much. They want it one time and it's done. It's either broomed or tined. Garages, I want that thing burnt, nice, hard, and slick. And most of the time, those hard trowel finishes are inside, so they're out of the elements. So I think that's how they get away with it. If you're outside and you do those hard burn slabs, they tend to not last quite as long. That's why we hit it a few times and broom it. Myth number 2, you can outrun bad weather. Rain, heat, wind. We're in northern Nevada. We have the Sierra Mountains. Our weather is one of the hardest to predict in the country. It's really hard to predict. They'll say that a storm's coming and it'll hit those big Sierra Mountains and it doesn't come over. So you kind of cancel a pour and then next thing you know, should afford. Or they'll straight tell us, the news will be like, nope, nothing. The next thing we know, we get 2 inches of rain, which is rare for us. Or we'll get 6-7 inches of snow and it'll bite you in the ass. So over the years, I check out the weather apps, I check out the radars, and then I look at the mountains and I try to read it. I do pretty good with it. It'll catch you sometimes. Those heat ones are a little bit easier. You can check out your weather apps and see how hot it's going to be. Start earlier in the morning. You know it's going to get hot. So those are a little bit easier. The wind ones, they're pretty good about predicting the wind, but those can get you too sometimes. And depending on what time of the year, if it's fall, you got to battle the leaves, all that BS. And that can make for just a bad day, a bad, rough day, those windy days. I'd almost rather deal with a little bit of rain than I would with wind. So outrunning bad weather, it's gonna be around. Weather's coming every day, something. Yeah, you'll get a couple perfect days here and there, but you gotta be ready to handle those weather things. I always have visqueen in the truck. I always keep accelerators. You can get water from the truck, stuff like that. So stuff to be aware of, stuff for the newer guys. Hopefully you've been in your area long enough to know your weather stuff and know what's coming and know how to handle it. But that's a big thing, is weather. Weather dictates so much on what we do. So be aware of it and it'll help you out so much, especially if you get good at reading weather. Myth number 3, cold joints don't matter. Cold joints decide whether a slab lasts or fails. Cold joints, they're pretty big. A big deal. Stuff that we have to deal with all the time. You pour out a truck and your second truck's gonna be right behind, and next thing you know, it's not right behind it. Next thing you know, it's been an hour. And if you would have known it was gonna be an hour, you can kind of dictate where you're gonna end, be more aware of it, set a header. But when you're not aware of it, the concrete plant tells you he's right behind and you're good. Next thing you know, you got a bad cold joint. Well, one of the ways to get rid of help with the cold joint is to either shovel that mud, move it to tool joints. But if you're saw cutting, you're kind of SOL. Stuff that I've learned, you guys probably know, but if you don't, a really good thing to help with those cold joints is once you do get that new mud and hit it, to hit it with a vibrator and join those two together real good, and it'll stop. Slow down. Maybe you won't get cracks on that. We get cracking really bad in northern Nevada. It's just so dry here. So we really got to watch our cold joints. I assume maybe other places it's not that big of a deal. It gets real bad for us. So back in the day when I was younger, our foreman, he didn't care. We'd run out, get in a truck an hour later and start pouring again. And you'd have the ugliest cold joint you'd ever seen. And no matter what you did to that thing, you couldn't get it to look decent. So pay attention on the cold joints. Work a little right when you're poured out. Find out it's gonna be a cold joint. You can tune that up a little bit better. So when that next truck comes, it's good. And then those guys finishing can make it look really good. So I really think you can help out cold joints, but be aware of them and learn how to make them look a little bit better. I think it's not the end of the world where I'm at. Other places, you may let me know. Other places, cold joints might not be that big of a deal, but they can bite us in the ass if we're not paying attention. Myth number 4, Small slabs don't need prep. Every slab needs proper base and compaction. Yeah, small slabs, little garage slabs, it all needs that good attention. I'm a firm believer that your base is only as good as what's underneath. If you got bad problems underneath, dirt's pumping, all that, or if you got really hard, good compaction before you even put base on there, it's gonna do really well. Pay attention to those little slabs, even if they're real little, even if it's your buddy's slab, and it goes a long ways. Give it the same attention you would a big slab. You know, obviously those big slabs, they have inspectors to make sure base is right and stuff, but you know, you experienced guys, you know when a slab doesn't need any attention, or it needs a lot of attention and you got major problems. You know, variations in your depth, stuff like that, because those variations can cause cracks. You know, when it gets a little thinner, a little thicker, you want that even slab. It does a lot better. Myth number 5, broom finishes hide mistakes. We'll do some stuff and for a homeowner and they come out and we're troweling it all and they're like, yeah, you don't have to broom this. That makes it a lot harder, I feel, because we got to make it look perfect. And I'm usually trying to talk them into, no, I'd rather, 1, you want it broomed so it's not slippery because it's outside. 2, we can hide a lot of stuff with the brooms. Clean stuff up, you can hide holes, you can do a good broom man goes a long ways. You can make a slab look really good if you're a good broom man. And on the other end, you could have the wrong type of broom, crappy broom man that doesn't give a fuck, and it can look like shit. If you're a good broom man, that goes a long ways, and we got a few good broom men, and it helps out so much. If you want more myth videos, drop a comment. I appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate all the likes, all the views, all the shares, and the comments, man. I answer every one of those. But if you guys want merch, go to frommbuilt.com. We're working more on the colors. Down the road, we're looking into the American-made shirts. Right now, it's got a little hiccup in it, but we're getting that stuff coming. We're gonna have it coming. We really appreciate it. Thank you.